Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Alhamdulillah. Tihei mauri ora kia tātou katoa. Kia ora everybody, my name is Brent. I'm from New Zealand. Today I'm making this video to mark and observe 1 year to the day since I took my shahada. For those who don't know, which is a declaration of faith in Islam. I did that 1 year ago today with Pak Soni and Mbak Sasia in Auckland, friends of mine. And it's been a great journey and enjoyable process thus far. I wanted to make this video to make a note of a few things that I really have noticed and enjoyed and are a profound part of my experience. I'll leap straight in. Probably the most heartfelt and profound one for me is a newfound appreciation not only for my own developing faith and those around me who are Muslims and belong to this thing we call Islam, but also my appreciation actually for anyone of faith, be they Christians or Jews or other. I really have a newfound respect, not a respect in just the sense of, okay, I accept who you are and what you believe, and as long as you're over there and I'm here, that's fine. No, actually I enjoy it, I appreciate it, and I'm happy for it. I'm happy for anybody and everybody who believes and who gains solace and life lessons from that. So to my Christian friends, my Jewish friends, my friends of any other faith and denomination, I enjoy that you are a believer like me. Now that's a very tolerant, I take a very tolerant, open-minded view. Yes, I'm a Muslim, I have my beliefs based on Islam, but like I say, it's my belief in Islam and my journey in faith has given me a newfound enjoyment of others' faith. I love that Islam is a faith of action. From the daily things of salat, which is to pray 5 times a day, and the process and activity of that, I enjoy that. I enjoy that it's frequent and regular, and it's actually a ritual. Okay, it's an action, it's an activity, all the way from wudu, which is cleansing and purifying, through to the different movements of our prayer. I enjoy that. I enjoy the action. About salat, or about prayer, what I've discovered through experience is really quite neat, is that it's not, for me personally, it's not just about communication with God and praising God, which it is those things, of course, and I enjoy that aspect. But what I've discovered is that by praying 5 times a day at regular intervals, or set intervals, it reminds me that in between the prayers, this is where it gets kind of interesting, that in between the prayers I should do my best wherever possible to do the best I can, to make a good action, to do something positive, to be friendly, to be helpful, all of these things. So the prayer, the regularity of the prayer is something that I find practical. It's not purely spiritual or to do with communication with God. So it's multifaceted, put it that way. Communicate with God, we give our thanks, we make our requests of God, and we hope for the best, and we really put our heart into it. But when we do that so frequently, we're also reminded that it's not just about the prayer, it's about what you do in between the prayers as well. So that's cool. I've experienced Ramadan, which was really good with fasting. Fasting is another great process that I learned. I learned first that it's not as hard as you may think. People who don't fast or have never fasted perhaps imagine it to be this Herculean feat where you starve yourself and deprive yourself, and it's some sort of really intense challenge. Actually, that's not true, because after a few days, or maybe let's say a week tops, your body adjusts, your body clock adjusts, and it's not like you're starving and thirsty the whole time at all. But of course, there's moments when that is true, but it's not physically demanding. What I've noticed about that is sort of like the prayer. It serves a higher purpose by depriving ourselves of food and drink for daylight hours for a month. It sort of helps to tune our mindset into a better place. To also appreciate that there are people around the world who fast not out of choices, that there are people who suffer and people without. So we gain some small appreciation for their experience. But also that we can learn to control ourselves, control our desires, or try to control those better. And it's always a process. We're always striving to be better. We accept that we'll never be perfect and that we'll not always be the best, but we try, and fasting is a good experience too. I live in a small community where I can't really say that I have other Muslims in my immediate community, but I do have Muslim friends and connections in the region, and I enjoy that aspect. Have enjoyed that aspect too, of connecting with them when I can, to go to the masjid in Whangarei from time to time to pray Jum'ah with others. It's all of that has been a really enjoyable process. The things that we are forbidden in Islam, such as eating pork or drinking alcohol, stuff like that, those things to me are very easy, actually, to be honest, because I haven't drunk alcohol for 12 years plus anyway. I don't smoke, I don't take drugs and stuff like that. So the prohibitions of Islam to me were not a big deal. But in saying that, now I also have a newfound purpose in that too. So, again, praying regularly, thinking about these sorts of things keeps us striving to the better path. Am I always perfect on that path? No, of course not. But I'm trying and aware that I'm trying to be the best I can be. When I pray, I actually pray to God to continue to inspire me and give me motivation and determination to reach for the better path. So that's a process that's ongoing. I don't imagine that will ever end, because some days are good and some days are not so good, and we always just wanting to do our best. So it's been a year, and I'm loving it. I fully intend to continue on this path. There's some new goals I would like to achieve, which are sort of long-term ones, or they take time, like learning Arabic, for example. Arabic, apart from being a foreign language for me, is the language of the Quran, which is Quranic Arabic is classical Arabic. So I am interested in the Quran for its own sake, but also in Arabic language, modern Arabic language for that matter, because it's the language of communication in the Arab world. So that's an interesting goal that I would like to start upon. What else? To just keep developing. Actually, okay, I missed something pretty important. In Islam, it is believed, and I certainly love this part of it and believe it myself, that it's a direct relationship with our Creator, with God, with Allah. It's not just about belonging to a group of people with a set structure and hierarchy of how we, belong to this faith and this organization or whatever. It's really about developing our relationship directly with God, and that part of it is really important, because that ultimately, in my opinion, is what it's all about. I also accept that human beings like to belong, and we like to create groups, and we like to structure what we do, think and say and believe. So I accept that that's part of humanity. And that's fine, and there's many positives and negatives in that, but at the end of the day, this is about praising, appreciating, and accepting and developing a relationship with God, and that's the biggest part of Islam that I really, really love. So I can't think of anything now off the top of my head that I haven't mentioned. Other than that, very happy to be a Muslim, very happy to praise Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. I'm very happy to keep learning and developing. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Have a great day. God's peace and blessings upon each and every one of you.